Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday. Moving on to the next Seidokan Yakusoku Sanban. First, I want to backtrack. I left one out on Niban that I really intended to do, which again, I'm trying to, the goal of these is to take our set kata version, Yakusoku promise fighting, karate stepping, oizuki defense, and move them toward reality by changing the attack, adding strikes within the context of the kata version itself, and then extensions beyond options how to finish in the event that the single strike or hold didn't take. Just a touch. So one of the other really common, and we address this also with Ichiban, is the cross wrist grab here so he can punch me. In Niban, we have a great answer for this. So remember the kata version of Niban is I sidestep his oizuki and punch. This hand now is grabbed, and this becomes my hikite hand as I sidestep pulling him, and that puts me in a great place for the punch. And then again, the follow-ups according to whatever technique you want to do after, right, which we addressed last week. I just wanted to cover that one. So again, the wrist grab, he's going to punch, I come around, I sidestep, pulling him in the direction I'm going. Hikite pulls the hand toward me as, and this is my force multiplier, I'm bringing him to me as I come to him, boom, drive in, and this could also go groin. I had an instructor who used to love to punch me with two knuckles right in the thigh muscle, but it's designed to be here to the rib. And again, then we can go tweety, we can go striking, additional kicking, we can go throws, into other strikes, etc., etc. So that's our follow-ups. All right, Sanban, kata version. In the kata version, it's meant to be a knife hand block catching the punch. I know, don't say it, we already know this. Hey, I'm never going to catch a real punch in midair, especially off a knife hand block and be able to grab it. But that's the kata version. We turn him, roundhouse kick to the sternum, and step forward. Okay? Now, I've seen this also done as a front kick. I've seen it as a roundhouse kick with the top of the foot to the face. I've seen it as low kick, but the most common and the one that I've seen the most, both in Toma's dojo, in the park workouts and in extended seminars that we've done, is roundhouse kick with the ball of the foot, and I step right back down into my place. That's kata version. Now, we are not going to be able to just grab here. But one of the concepts is, wrist forward, if I just go to grab his wrist, he can easily pull away, right? Pull away before I get there, right? But if we reset and I tap first, all of a sudden that becomes grabbable, okay? His reflex to pull away is sort of short-circuited with this little tap. I'm not trying to hit it to my hand, I'm just, right? We could do a similar concept with spit in his eye, kick in the shin. That makes it grabbable, okay? So the same idea, fighting position. As he's throwing his street punch, I'm again swiping, and that tap makes this following hand easier to catch. And then the technique is the same. So off of a street punch, and I do this even on the kata version, hey, I give it the parry tap before I grab anyway, okay? So it's not a big transition for me, but for those who are just doing the single block, very important to add the parry prior to the grab. So street punch, hey, boom. Now, I'm at the elbow, and I slide, just like coming down a baseball bat, catching the knob. This is kuzushi. Take him off balance, out of body position, before I then kick, okay? Other attacks that it could be used for, he could be choking, same thing. He could be pushing, same thing. So we can apply that to a number of different things. It's important to understand when it won't work also. If he has a club and he's swinging tennis racket, baseball side style, And this is not a good technique for that, okay? It's the wrong angle in the wrong direction. However, if he does that swing and I can dodge it, then I can maybe catch him on the comeback. Then I can do it. So we have to look at situational and again, play with it. My goal here is not to teach every possible permutation and situation, but to show examples of how you might adjust, alter, vary your technique. Then the last issue is, what do we follow up with? Okay, so he's thrown the street punch, I've parried, I've captured, I've done my kick here. Now, where I step after the kick. In the kata version, I just put my foot right back down where it was. But I could also come under. And now I have his thumb. We could turn it here. I have his fingers, right? Or, as I step under, I can simply let it rotate, pull, break his elbow maybe. Hit him in the head, kick his knee, spinning hook kick, spine, head, depends on how far, where he goes down. So I can continuously strike. It is all dependent on where I put my foot. Exercise, dance, punch, parry, capture, kick. Now I can keep my foot up, follow through with a kick, punch, go into my, again, Tweety, into our throws and holds, which we've done in other situations. And then I can continue and turn it over. Oh, now I have pretty good control. Okay? So again, we're looking at how do I get most economically into position. Slow, slow, slow. Hey, so I've done this, boom, 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 boom. Kick. So from here, first decision is where am I going to put my foot? That has a lot to do with what's going to come next. If I put it right down here, what's the easiest targets to strike without having to make an extra movement? Too many hand shifts won't work. Not as many hand shifts will work. So it really just depends on what techniques you know, strikes, holds, locks, throws, recognize where you are, and get to that next thing in the most economical fashion possible. That's it for today. Seidokan Yakusoku Sanban, number 3. A little bit of Nidan at the beginning, or Niban at the beginning. Next week, moving on to 4. Until then, like, share, subscribe, do all those things. And as always, most importantly, let's keep practicing.